I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-Minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Catherine Cohen. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am doing wonderfully.
Hey, it's a great pleasure to connect with you. Please do tell me, what part of the world are you in?
Beautiful Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, Catherine, please do tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us meeting?
The fact that I can network with anybody and I can connect with anybody. And I ended up connecting years ago with Maura and Jim Sweeney. And then Maura Sweeney introduced us. And here I am.
So Maura and Jim are a couple, right?
Correct.
And you and what you do is strongly connected to your spouse, your brand, right? Tell me more about that.
Well, I work with my husband, Barry, and we are together 24/7. And that's the name of our podcast. We're business coaches, strategists, and ideators. And we do everything together. So when our clients come to us for coaching, they get two coaches from two different perspectives coming to the same conclusions. So it's interesting for them. It gives them a broader world view of their situation. And it's fun for us to be able to work together and be so harmonious about it.
Yeah, I love that. So how can I get more information for those that are listening and who even connect with what you're saying later? Where do I go to get more information on what you both do?
You can get more information on our website, businesssolutionsforgrowth.com. And for couples in business, we have couplepreneurmastermind.com.
Love it. I love what you're doing, what you both are doing by having both of you coach someone, even couples, right? Because it's like a stream down group coaching type model, right? Where it's not loose. That is fascinating. I love that. So who did you learn this skill from? The skill to be able to mesh and be one with your husband in business?
We definitely learned that from our parents. Barry's parents are in business together. My father-in-law is a CPA, and my mother-in-law helps him out with all the back office stuff. And my parents owned a shoe store. So I grew up in the retail business, and I grew up with my parents working together all the time and then coming home together and just being together all the time. And I don't know anything else. People working separately is foreign to me. When couples or one of the couple comes up to me and says, I can never work with my husband, I can never work with my wife, I think, why not? But that's the way most of the world is. To me, it's strange. And to the rest of the world, we're strange. So there you have it.
Well, you've done this, and I'm sure there are some challenges because it's relationships, right? And challenges actually make it even better, right? But that's my answer. But why will you continue to repeat the skill of working with your partner in business and in marriage?
We repeat it because we have the same goals. We have the same ethics. We have the same ideas about how things should be done, and we both enjoy giving. We both enjoy helping, and it just gives us joy. And we both really, really like to be with each other, and that is probably what makes all the difference in the world. Is that we really enjoy being with each other.
How long have you both been married?
We've been married 21 years.
Wow. Well, tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Over the last 3 years, we have a little bit more than that, but we've consistently been gardening. We live on a beautiful acre in Phoenix, and we're up a mountainside. And so we overlook the city, and we have a lovely garden with fruit trees. We have something called an aquaponics area where we have fish and plants, and we have other raised bed gardens and 5 adorable chickens.
Wow. Did you name the chickens?
We did. So
How
we
does
only get breakfast out of them. We're there only for their eggs.
yeah, there's no way there could be anything more, right? Like
That's
no way,
right.
no way. So how does it make you feel doing these things?
It's invigorating, enjoyable, and relaxing. We
Yeah.
truly love it.
Yeah, you know, you could hear it. It's like your voice, like you hear the change and the yeah, and the chicken and the aquaponics, and yeah.
That's right.
Why would you suggest someone in business do what you've done specifically? What create that vent in the midst of everything that you do?
Gardening is so much fun. And my parents had a backyard garden, so that's what I know. And always, we always grew vegetables and had fresh fruits and vegetables all the time. So that was really nice. Or we canned our own for the winter time.
Wow.
If it's not gardening, it should be, as a business owner, it should be something that is relaxing, hiking, biking, not in a competitive way, because as an entrepreneur, you're competing all week long, but somewhere where you can just go and relax and just be yourself. And I personally suggest that everyone in the world get a chicken or two, because they are just the funniest things. I mean, they have little personalities, and they're fairly smart, and they're just adorable. Plus, they give you eggs. So, everybody go get a chicken.
Organic eggs too, right? Like wow, like organic eggs right in your backyard. You know, it's funny.
Exactly.
Like over this weekend, I was looking my neighbor's yard is like down a hill, right? And we're looking at some chickens that he's rearing, and there are no fences, so and they're over on our side. But I actually saw the personality of one chicken running the other chicken down, like he was angry, right? And I thought to myself, wow, these animals have personalities as well, like they're angered, right? And you say that today, it just brings it to reality. I love that.
It's fun.
It is. So let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Catherine, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory was about when I was, I believe, 3 years old, maybe a little bit older. And my entire family and my sister's, at the time, fiance and his parents, we all went to a place called Woodloch Pines, and that's in Pennsylvania. My niece, to this day, actually goes to Woodloch Pines with her family. But I remember being in a canoe with my brother and canoeing around, and I remember seeing my dad on one part of the shore, and then I guess we must have canoed around, because as a child you don't really have a sense of direction or time, but we must have canoed around. And then all of a sudden it seemed like my dad was somewhere else on the pond, and I don't know if he was in the same place and we moved, or if he just walked around the pond and it wasn't as big as I thought it was because I was real little. But it was just really weird. I thought, well, that's odd. He seemed to move really fast from one place to another. But it was just so nice to be there with the whole family.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
It was a lovely time with my family. And I'm the youngest of four, and I'm the youngest by a lot, by 14, 16, and 17 years. It is the only family vacation that I remember that all of us went on to. Within a few years, my siblings were all married and out of the house. So it was the only one. And my grandparents were there, and just everybody was there. It was so nice.
Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Sure.
Oh, folks, this is definitely the second time around, right? So I heard this memory one time, but like the more you get to think is the more you get to think, right? And I just find it very fascinating that in the midst of all the joy and in the midst of everything that's going on, the activities, your level of awareness that someone, be it your father in this particular instance, is not where he used to be or not where he was. And I think it's fascinating and it speaks a lot to who you are now, even as a wife to Barry, that your sixth sense, if you would, is always where is Barry in not just the physical sense, but in his heart. And I think that has created a connection that now stands as a beacon of light to so many others that will approach your coaching, and it speaks to who you are.
It does. It's a very accurate interpretation, actually.
I appreciate that. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Billy Joel, Only the Good Die Young.
There we go. Better believe that. All right. Well, my friend, we have arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. Catherine, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Not really. We don't have children, but we do have nieces and nephews that we talk to a lot and try to pass on our ideas and skills. And we're always teaching. So I hope that what I teach inspires others.
You said you're married, right? And
yes.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Sadly, more often than I should.
All right. What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
A lot of the days it is more than 8 because I do a lot of writing. We coach, via Skype and Zoom and that sort of thing. So even though I'm interacting with other people, I am in front of my computer screen.
Well, Catherine, after having 1,001 conversations in 3 months, I came up with a workbook that's called Yours, YOURS, and it stands for Your Own Unique Real Self. Connected to that is your mission, your own unique real statement. If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, what would that be?
Always be truthful. Always be blunt, no matter how much it might upset the person. Don't sugarcoat things, because whatever happens in life, it is what it is. Whether it's good or whether it's bad or whether you see it that way, it just is what it is. It simply is, and you can't change it. You can only move forward.
Love it. Catherine Cohen, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Come visit us at our website, which is businesssolutionsforgrowth.com. Come visit us at Couplepreneur Mastermind. And we do have a podcast that's on hiatus for a little bit, but early 2018, it'll be back. And the podcast, there's still episodes out there, is called Together 24/7.
Love it. Together 24/7. Catherine Cohen, this was a great pleasure one more time. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.